CineQuest empowers mavericks through creativity, innovation, connecting, and transformation. The energy of transformation is taking a life and improving it. And I feel that art at its finest, as well as technological innovations, really do that for people. And at CineQuest, we're focusing on creating art and bringing very transformative experiences to people to better their lives. Picture the Possibilities empowers teens with the ability to tell their stories through film. The world premiere event will engage political, cultural, media, and artistic leaders to listen, to see the worlds that the teens pose, and to truly enact the changes called forward. This is transformation of individual life. The individual teen that's given this power so that they don't feel hopeless, but just the opposite. They're inspired to not just create, but to change their world and their future. And we feel that by transforming individuals' lives and small communities, this will spread and create a global impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CineQuest. I'm Halfton, the director and co-founder of CineQuest, and I deeply care that you're with me here tonight. The experience that you'll feel over these days will be chock full of the spectacular people that you're looking at tonight and others. 700 artists are joining us from 50 different countries. We'll have 90, maybe 100,000 people from every walk of life, every culture, getting together here at CineQuest. Our amazing innovations that we're known about here in the Silicon Valley and that have been the position of CineQuest in the world of film will be on great display this year. Our events will stir your souls, God willing, and talk to me if they don't. Well, we're here to do that. And when you think about the power of film, it surely does give us that way to reach out and understand people around the globe from walks of life far different than ours, people with different ideas, cultures, backgrounds, ages. And I was thinking, just imagine a world without filmed media. Would we really be as compassionate as we are today? Would we understand the world? Would we even talk about things like global society and social consciousness?
We had to convince the world that there was a better way. We knew that people are mobile. They want to move around while they communicate. And so, to convince the world, we created this phone. I hope I didn't hear any laughing among that cheering. Yes, this phone is a little large, and it weighed 2.5 pounds. The battery life was 20 minutes. That's not a problem. You couldn't hold it up for 20 minutes. So you would think that having created this beautiful instrument, that the world would open their arms. Well, if you're a maverick, you know that that's not the case. And we were told by the market researchers that there is perhaps a market for 2 million phones in the United States. And so it took us some 20 years before we got into the millions, and 30 years before we got into the billions. But today, as Sean pointed out to us, there are over 5 billion cell phones in the world. So we have one other thing that you, the art intelligentsia, and we engineers have in common, and that is passion. How can you stand by for 20, 30, going on 40 years, holding on to an idea, knowing that you're right, knowing that somehow the world someday is going to adopt your ideas? Thank you very much.
When I get to direct things, I feel like there's even more of me, you know, like in a film like this, you're almost more exposed. It's all detail, and it's like what the man said before about having the perseverance and the patience and just hanging in there. And you know, my mom used to make dresses and wedding dresses, and it's stitch by stitch, bead by bead, and that's what it is.
Right.
And that's what it. And then at the end, you know, you have a wedding dress, you know, which sometimes, unfortunately, when I was 12 years old, I would have to model for her. So, because the dummy was too short if the girl was tall. My father came home many times and saw me in a wedding dress. But really, you know, when you see someone, it's really patience, perseverance, hanging in, you know, and also being interested in what you do and not really, I mean, you want the result to work. If people, you know, have an experience, you feel like, well, maybe I've done, you know, I've been able to connect
Right.
and share something that really is about that world more than about me. I'm the conduit to that world. But you know, those are the things I really love.
The thing that I love most about CineQuest, you can't put into marketing plans, you can't put that on posters. It's about our ability to connect as human beings. Really at the core of all of it was the opportunity to bring people together. So film and innovations provide this opportunity to draw people, the convergence point for them to gather, to share ideas, to expand their worlds and their minds, to share of their souls and their thoughts and their feelings.
Nothing attacks the subconscious mind more than this medium. It goes right into the subconscious mind, and there's no way of getting it out, you know. Any one of these kind of movies that takes you deeply inside of an experience and then lets you live there and experience it, it's in your mind forever.
It's not just the creativity and the innovations. What it's really about for me are the many, many stories that come back to me about the people that get together at CineQuest, that they connect, and they don't just have a good time. I mean, they really change each other's lives.
I have the privilege to be on the board of CineQuest. And you might think, well, what's a doctor doing on the board of CineQuest? Well, if you think about this, I get to see patients maybe an hour a year. They spend 4 times that amount of time in front of a television or watching movies in a single day. And if we're really going to affect the health of people in the population, it's got to be more than tending their bodies. It's got to be their minds and their spirits as well.
So our technology is neutral, and I take exception to our mantra that it's good. It's up to us to use technology. It's up to us to place the value in technology. So I think TED Talk, what does TED stand for? It stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. I think it should be Technology, Ethics, and Dialogue. These are choices that we make, and we can make different choices to serve each other and serve a greater good.
Especially CineQuest in my life, that really has every year been kind of an inspiration that next year, you know what, I need to come back. This is where I belong. This is my family.
CineQuest Maverick Studios has been formed to produce and distribute powerful movies that transform lives. Movies that, yes, entertain us. Movies that open our minds and our hearts to new ideas, to new thoughts, to new emotions. But also to provide us inspiration, to provide us with an experience that allows us to change as individuals, as communities. The power of media cannot be underestimated. We've seen how television and movies have connected us with the globe. And also we must take the responsibility now that goes along with this great power, utilizing it to enhance our world, to improve the individual's life, and to offer not just hope, but opportunity to change and to better our world. CineQuest empowers mavericks through creativity, innovation, connecting, and transformation.